Hi ladies, it's Dawn. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, my name is Dawn and I'm a middle-aged woman here in the mature beauty community, and I invite you to hit the subscribe button and stick around. So I went to Walgreens. I wanted to pick up some things that I needed, and there was a sale going on for L'Oreal. It was a BOGO, buy one, get one, 50% off. And I just thought I wanted to pick up some makeup from the drugstore that I used to love and just kind of forgot about and give it another try. And I'm doing that. And I also wanted to go with a spring makeup look. So the colors that I chose are all very springy. Some of the products are new to the market or newer to the market, and I just haven't tried them yet. So there's some forgotten favorites, there's some new products, and there are some old products that I've had in my collection for a while. So I'm gonna do this makeup look for spring, and I'm gonna chat with you while I do that, and we're just gonna jump right in and get started. The first thing I'm gonna do is use my Real Techniques sponge. I did pick up a new sponge. This is my absolute favorite sponge, and I've tried so many, even Beauty Blender, and I've also tried some of those really inexpensive ones that you can get online, and they're like, I don't know, $1 a sponge, but these are the very best in my opinion. They're really the perfect amount of firmness without being too firm, and I like that there's a flat side here and there's also a pointed side, so this one sponge can do it all. It can really get into these tiny places, and I don't know, the flat side makes it kind of easy too. So I did pick up a new sponge, and I picked up a foundation that all of you have heard about. This is a very loved foundation on YouTube. It went viral, and it also went on TikTok viral again. So like all these young people on TikTok who are now trying it for the first time are loving it as well. So I picked this up again. It's the Wet n Wild Photo Finish Foundation, and mine is, I think it's Cool Vanilla. I'll link my shade in the description box. The one thing that I don't like about this is that it looks like it might have a pump, and when you pull off the lid, you can't because it doesn't have a pump, but it has like this funky spatula, and I don't really, I don't know, a doe foot applicator would be a little bit nicer. It's fine, and I'm just being picky, but it's $4, you know, so I can't expect much. But the product itself, from my recollection, is amazing. I have the matte finish one. There's also a glowy finish one. I was going to purchase the glowy one, but they didn't have my color in stock at Walgreens. So I went with the matte, which is the one I tried before. Some people in the past complained that it has sort of like a chemical scent or like a paint scent to it. I can't sense that on this, so I wonder if they corrected that and, you know, just did something. It doesn't smell like anything to me, like nothing, nada. I don't smell a thing. So I'm just gonna take my sponge and kind of pounce this around, and it is a medium coverage, which is what I like. From what I recall when I used this in the past, is that it does have like a very soft matte finish, but it's not super matte, it's not flat. Okay, the eyeshadow palette I'm gonna be using today is a really good palette. I had it in the past and I loved it, and one of my daughters loved it too, and she carried it off. So I didn't get to use it for very long, but I really liked it. So I did pick it up again. L'Oreal had a BOGO, buy one, get one yesterday, so I took advantage of that. And this is the Paradise Enchanted Scented Peach eyeshadow palette, and it looks like this. And you might already be going, scented, no way. And you know, maybe you do need to stay away from it if you can't handle any kind of scents, but when you open it, you don't smell anything. You have to get up close, and then it smells slightly of peaches, very similar to the Too Faced Peach palette, which I love. This is what it looks like. It's got some nice lighter tones up here. It has two light shades that I really love when they're in the same palette. It has this one right here, and this is a matte, and it's sort of a vanilla. And look how creamy that is. I just barely touched it. And then it also has this one that leans a little more pinky peach. And I love that because as you're using different colors in the palette, you sometimes want to match that lighter shade with whatever you're doing. Like if I'm doing the more bronzy shades here, I typically would use the more vanilla one, but if I'm doing more peachy shades, this one, then I would use this one. So I always love when a palette has those two matte shades. I like to use those matte shades for applying like as my base all over my mobile lid and up. And so I guess today I will go with the peachy one because I'm trying to do a peachy makeup look for you. And even though this is a peach palette, you can achieve a lot of different looks that aren't necessarily peachy. But if you do want peachy, summertime, going to a picnic, outdoors, all that kind of stuff, you're gonna like the peach shades a lot. They're really beautiful. Okay, next I think I'm gonna put this shade right here, which is another matte. There's a really nice mix of mattes and shimmers in here. And this is sort of just like your sort of peachy brownish shade, like a really light kind of camel shade. And this one is a little bit dusty. The other one was not. So some of the mattes are dusty, some are not, but they have a really great color payoff. L'Oreal does not have a lot of eyeshadow. As you know, they have their eyeshadow singles, which are really, really nice. And then they have the La Nude palettes, and I have both of those, and I love them. One's a little more purpley, and the other one is more nude and brown. And oh my gosh, they're amazing. I love them. I've done get ready with me's for you with both of those before. They're really good go-to palettes if I want to get a really beautiful makeup look, which I usually do want to get a beautiful makeup look, but I have a lot of makeup and I'm always rotating things. But those, I'm going to pull those two out for the summer. They're amazing. And then this palette, which has been out for a few years, but that's it. They don't really specialize in eyeshadow. And I don't know why, because the palettes that they have are really great, but they just don't release a lot. I feel like Maybelline has a lot of eyeshadow palettes. Those are really good too. I love their little city palettes. Do you know which ones I'm talking about? I think I have all of them. I'll do a get ready with me with those too. Those are really great palettes as well. I think I'm just gonna kind of define my lash line using this shade, which is still a matte, but it's deeper than the one I just used. If I pick them up with my finger, they're really creamy. When I pick them up with my brush, they're slightly dusty. So, but we don't apply our eyeshadow to our eyes very often with our finger. So I'm just kind of rubbing this all along my lash line. My dog Kenny is laying on the bed next to me and he's so cute. Look how cute he is. He's staring at me. He's laying upside down. Oh my gosh. I got him in November. If you've been following me, you know, and I am so in love with that little dog. He's a 2-year-old rescue. I think I'm gonna do a DNA test on him. When I went to the vet and I asked what kind of breed they think he is, the vet said he looks like a min pin, like a mini Doberman Pinscher. He's only 15 pounds. He was 18. We had to put him on a diet. He was here since November and he gained a lot of weight because I was feeding him all the time. But oh my gosh, he's just a sweet little love bug. Okay, enough about him. I could talk about him all day long. When I do a DNA test, if you're interested, I'll let you know what kind of dog Kenny is. I'll make a Kenny video. That would make me so happy. I love to talk about Kenny. Okay, so I just kind of defined my upper lash line. Let's use this peach shade right here. This one is really pretty. Look at how pretty that is. It's not peachy, it's just more like bronzy. And look at this one. So beautiful. For a one eyeshadow makeup look, just applying this to your lid and really shearing it out. So pretty. But I'm gonna go with this one. And as I show you those other two, this one doesn't come off as pretty as those two, but I really want to use the peach because I'm kind of coordinating everything. I really wanted to make this video. So I'm going to put this all over my mobile lid using my finger. I'm just kind of actually not putting it all over. I'm putting it mostly in the center. So did you guys have a nice Easter? It's the week after Easter. We had a really nice Easter. We went to my sister-in-laws. I even hate saying in-laws because I don't think of them as in-laws. They're just family. But we went to my sister-in-law's house and everybody brought a dish. My husband is the youngest of 12, so he has a huge family. Not everyone was there, but still, if only half of them come with their families, it's still huge. So it's kind of fun when we have family parties. We always have to kind of set up tables all over the place. So all of us can sit down and eat. And it's really nice for my kids because they have cousins. Even though they're all older, they still just love their cousins so much. So that was super duper fun. So good to be together. And then Sunday, Easter Sunday, we went to church, went to brunch with my family. We tried a new place for brunch and it was wonderful. We had a really great time. Okay, now I'm gonna take this one right here. And what I'm gonna do with that is pick it up on a flat brush. I washed my brushes, so some of my brushes aren't clean, and I didn't want to pull out other brushes from my collection. I just wanted to just use what I have out. So this probably isn't the best brush for this, but we'll see. Maybe it is, because it's kind of flat and can get right in the corner here for a little bit of sparkle on the inner corner. Whenever I do this on camera, you can never really see it very well, but in real life, it has a nice gleam to it. Okay, I'm gonna take this color right here, and I hope I don't regret this, but I'm going to just kind of use this for underneath my lash line down here. The reason I thought I might regret it is because when you wear a lot of pinks or reds, sometimes underneath your eyes, you have to be careful because it can make you look like you are sick, you know? But I don't think it does. Okay, another forgotten favorite is the Wet n Wild Breakup Proof Eyeliner. I recently went crazy for L'Oreal eyeliners. I bought the cat eye one. I love the Noir one. They're really, really great. I love them both. This was a favorite like last year or the year before. It's a matte, so I really like that. And it's got like a nice, it has like it has like real bristles. It's not a felt tip is what I'm trying to say. And it's really good. So I'm gonna line my upper lash line with this. And just do a little wing, just a little one, like so. So yeah, our Easter was really nice, and it was a really nice sunny weekend. So my boys and their cousins like went for walks and things like that. Their cousins that they're really close to are both in college, and one of my sons is a freshman in college, and my younger son's going to go to college. So I don't know, their time together is really special because when you're in college, sometimes you can't get home as often as they used to see each other when they were little. They have to wait till breaks. Okay, they have to wait for breaks, but anytime they get together, it's like no time has passed at all. And I love that for them. Okay, I'm gonna use the Revlon Color Stay Black Eyeliner. It's a retractable one, and this is waterproof, and it's so great. If you're like me, I have like a thicker eyelid, so when my skin here really shows, like I have my black eyeliner, and then I put my mascara, and you can see that little line of like skin. So for me, I feel like I really need to use an eyeliner up here to tightline and kind of fill that in and make it look like, so it doesn't look like anything's missing. Okay, so the mascara I'm gonna use is the Panorama mascara from L'Oreal. I reviewed this for you before, but I'm gonna use this one again today. I didn't pick up a new mascara. I have like my favorites, and so you guys know I've been dealing with some anxiety and depression, which I'm gonna make a video on soon because I have tips. And so I don't know, sometimes I would cry a lot more than normal. I just have been crying a lot, so I've been liking to use tubing mascara. So this is what the brush looks like. It's got, I don't know, some like, I think it's rubber bristle, really thick bristles here, and tapers down to thinner ones to get every lash and sort of fan out the edges with that special section of the brush. And I think it does a really good job. It doesn't flake, smear, or clump when I apply it. And it doesn't take very much to get a really good coverage of your lashes. And I don't know, I really like it. I think it's a good mascara. My absolute favorite, as you guys probably know, is the Sky High from Maybelline. I love that mascara, and I love it with the primer that you can get for it. That one's a really good one too. I have gotten compliments on my lashes when I'm wearing that one. That's why I think I like it the most, because whenever I get compliments on my lashes, like I remember one, I was ordering at a restaurant, and I was standing at the counter ordering and looking up the menu, and someone said, "You have like the most amazing lashes." And I was like, "What am I wearing? What am I wearing?" And it was the Sky High. And then other times I've gotten compliments, like somebody asked me if I had eyelash extensions when I was using that mascara. So that one will always be dear to my heart unless I start getting compliments using another one. But this one is really, really good. I'm very pleased with it. Okay, this is a really, really great product. I used to have a product like this for my brows from Lancome, and I loved it. It was like my favorite little brow pencil. I think they probably still make it, but I ran out and I was looking for a dupe, and this is what I stumbled upon, and it's the Revlon Color Stay micro brow pen or whatever product in the shade Auburn, and this is what it looks like. And the Lancome one that I loved looked nearly identical. You know, it had the same thing, spoolie on the end, retractable up here, and the color was perfect too. Another really, really good one is from the Sephora collection. I really like that one a lot too. So I'm just gonna start here, and I'm just gonna kind of extend the tail of my brow, because as we get older, we kind of lose that length here, and younger people have that. So I feel like it's a youthful thing to do. And then I just sort of fill in here in the front, and then just kind of drag it along beneath and above a little bit. I have brow hairs, so I don't have to do a lot of drawing, but I do like to add that length there at the end. Man, is this year going by fast. I can't believe Easter passed. It feels surreal to me. The next big thing, we have a bunch of birthdays in my family at the end of April and the very beginning of May. My husband, my daughter, and my mom. My daughter is coming into town from South Carolina so we could celebrate all the birthdays. She was gonna come in for Easter, but the airline tickets were so expensive because of spring break and travel because of the holiday, I guess. So we decided just to put it off and do a celebration of birthdays at the end of the month. I felt bad for her that she couldn't be home for Easter and that we couldn't see her, because we haven't gone very many Easters without seeing each other. But you know, it is what it is. So so I mailed her a big box, like for her basket. I still make baskets for my kids, and I just mailed her a bunch of her favorite kind of goodies and things like that. Nothing like over the top, but just like a little Easter, I'm thinking of you, I love you kind of thing. And she got that, so she had something on Easter to kind of little candies to eat and things like that. Next item I picked up is the Maybelline City Bronzer, and I'm sure mine is in the very lightest shade. It looks like this. It's kind of a warmer tone. I don't know, it's like neutral, not too cool, not too warm, and it's a matte finish. I really like one from L'Oreal too. I can't think of what it's called. It's big and it's radiant, but I wanted to go with a matte. So I'm going to use this one, and I've had this one before in my collection, and I really like the color of it, and I really like that it's like not too warm, not too cool, because I am a redhead with very fair skin, and I don't really tan, so I want to look natural. You know, I don't want to look like I've put on bronzer or self-tanned my face and I'm too dark. So I really like this one. It doesn't take much. And I just kind of went around the perimeter of my face. I really bronzed. I didn't really contour. He is so desperate for me to play with him. He's down here squeezing his little squeaky toy, and he wants to play. Right, Kenny? You want to play? You want to play? Oh, give me that. Give me that. Mwah. Okay, there you go. Okay, the next product I haven't tried before. I think it's been out for about a year, and it's from Makeup Revolution, and this is a dupe for the Jones Road Magic Balm blushes, lip product, eyelids. You can use that like anywhere in your face. I've wanted to try one, but they're a little bit expensive, so I never picked it up because I thought, I don't know if I'll really like it. So Makeup Revolution made a dupe, and this is in Peach Bliss, and it comes in this little tin like so. And I read online like some reviews of this, and someone who really loves it. Oh, look, it really matches my shirt. they said that if you go in like with your finger like this, you're not going to get a lot of color, but it looks like I did. So what you need to do is kind of break into it a little bit, like kind of like break into the product and kind of get it from there, because then it's super pigmented and it claims to be long wearing. This is the first time I've used it, so I don't know, but the reviews I read were pretty good. You know, of course, when you watch YouTube videos, or even read reviews, there's going to be a mix. There's going to be people who absolutely love it. They're so thankful for the product, da 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 da. And then you get the people who really just dislike the product. And I always like to know why. Why, no matter what, like what makes you love this product or what makes you dislike it? Because then I can decide if I would dislike it. If someone said, oh, it broke me out, I have oily skin, blah, da 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 da, I would probably steer clear of it. But if someone loved it because it's very youthful and lasts all day and, you know, just gives you a reason, it helps you understand better if it's going to work for you or not. I don't like when I read reviews where people are like, worst product ever, and that's it, or my new holy grail, and that's it. I always kind of sort through those reviews though, where it was gifted to someone. I'm a cynic, I guess. Like if it's a gift to them and then they have to review it, I feel like, I don't know. I mean, I know some people can be very honest no matter what, but if something's gifted to me, I feel bad coming on and tearing it apart. If something's been gifted to me, which I don't really do very often anymore, I don't really like PR. I don't need any more makeup sent to me. You know what I mean? I mean, I guess if it were a big brand like L'Oreal or something, I like their products, I'd want to try them. But if something's gifted to me, like in the past, and I didn't like it at all, I would not say anything about it. Or I'd wait a while and then maybe put it in a love it, like it, leave it, and put it in the leave it category and tell you guys why. But I don't want to like come on and just tear it apart because it makes me feel bad. So anyways, I think it's really pretty. You know what this kind of reminds me of is the Patrick Ta blushes, where you put a powder blush down and then you put this balm like on top of it and it's really glowy. This reminds me of that, the balm that you would put on top. I like a lot of blush. Once I do a little bit of setting powder, it'll dull it down a little bit. So I'm going to be careful not to put too much. Okay, I think for highlighter, I'm just going to use this Lumi Glotion from L'Oreal. I used to really love these. There's one that's a little pinker than this one, but I've tried that one in the past. I think that's the one I used that I really liked. So I picked it up in this color. I'll link it. It's sort of like a champagne glow. It's not quite as pink. And I hope you can see that. I'll rub it between my two fingers here, like so. And I'm just gonna tap this around at the top of my cheekbone where I wanna have a little glow. You can mix these with foundation. You can use these for so many things besides highlighter, but I think it makes a really pretty highlighter. Being a little bit glowy, and I used the soft matte foundation, you could put a couple drops of this in with the foundation to make the foundation glowier if you don't like it, the matteness of it. But I don't know, put a little bit more. I can see it has like, it's like a reflectiveness, but it's not too much. I don't know how to describe it. It's like, it just makes, it doesn't really change the blush at all, but it makes it have that sort of sheen to it. I guess that's what I'm describing. It has a sheen, and I put a little on my nose, a little on my Cupid's bow, and a little like in the arch of my brow, just a little glow there. L'Oreal has released some new lipsticks, some nice matte ones that are like in a little thin container, and I was really tempted to get one of those, but I saw that they also released some new colors in the color Riche range, just a few, and one is called Worth It, and it comes in a regular color like the one I have, lighter, and it comes in an intense and a medium, and they're all called Worth It, so that it'll say Worth It medium, or Worth It intense. Okay, before I put on the lipstick, I'm gonna add a little bit of lip liner very lightly, and this is the only thing that isn't Drugstore. It's my Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk, because this goes with just about any lipstick I use. It's just a really nice kind of nude, and I'm gonna go really light with this, just kind of define my Cupid's bow, and right here. Like that, barely anything at all. And then I'm gonna take my L'Oreal Color Riche lipstick in Worth It. This is the original one, so I believe it's the lightest one of the three. And it looks like a really pretty mauve. Not peachy like the rest of my makeup, but I wanted to try this lipstick because it's from L'Oreal. It's a new shade, and I already love all the peachy shades. I love Tropical Coral. I love Peach Fuzz. Those are like my favorites, but I wanted to try this one. So let's see how it looks with all the peachy makeup. And this is a cream. It doesn't have shimmer or like a sheen to it or anything, but it's also not a matte. Okay, so this is the finished look. Let me bring you in nice and close. I'm very pleased with all the makeup I picked up. I knew I was going to like this because I was able to try it before my daughter took it. So I had a little time to sample it. So I picked it up, and I think this is a palette that I'll use often this spring and summer. And I really like this balm. If it is long wearing, like it claims to be, I would love to get this in more shades. It's really pretty. And I do think that tip about kind of breaking into it and picking it up is a good tip, because when I first was swatching this and it didn't have like that little divot in there where I kind of broke the seal, I was just going like this with my finger and putting it on my hand. And I was like, this doesn't have a lot of color payoff. I don't understand, because it was getting great reviews. But after I followed that tip and kind of broke into it, that's where all the pigment is. You just have to get through that kind of top layer. Love it, and love the lipstick. I love everything that I tried, and like I said, these are like all like forgotten favorites or new products to me, even though they've been on the market for a while. And you can get a beautiful full makeup look for $50 or less. You don't have to spend a lot, and I will keep using this makeup. I mean, I'm not someone who only uses high-end makeup. I really like drugstore makeup a lot. So thank you so much for spending some time with me. Let me know if you've tried any of these products. Let me know if you've tried any new drugstore products that you think I should try that I might like. And I hope that you all have a very blessed and beautiful day. I'll see you next time.